But I promise you, I will finish this oil rig. Even if it sucks, I will put out some content on this oil rig. I do not care. Good YouTube videos have story. They have a direction and a clear course of what the video is going to be about. In the first few minutes of the video, you know what the creator's trying to do. You know what they're trying to accomplish, and you know what they're trying to say. I don't know how to do that. When I was building this stuff, I just built this thing to waste time. I'm gonna be honest, just to get away from schoolwork and to do something that I felt like was progress. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun. In terms of Minecraft, that's been great. But it's very hard to put that in the video. But here's the deal. I was initially planning on showing you how I built everything, why I built everything. But like the reasons I built stuff in this world, it didn't really line up with that goal that I mentioned at the beginning. I didn't build stuff because I needed it for story or because I needed it for something in the world. I just built it because I thought it'd be fun. Like I thought it'd be something to do. And that's why it's really hard to make a video on it. I could show you how I built everything in this world. I could show you block by block. I could show you why I built stuff and make up reasoning. But that's not fun, and my heart isn't in that. So instead, I'm just gonna show you all the farms I built, what they do, where they do it, and for some of them, why they do it. That way I won't have to spend like a week editing some video that I'm not even gonna like, and you probably won't like either. After we're done with that, I can play this world for content. Don't worry, I'm still gonna be having fun while I build it, but I'm gonna be more focused and I'll have like an actual goal in mind. And to me, that just sounds a lot more fun. So, on with the farms. This is the mob farm. I built this guy because I did not have fireworks, and I really liked fireworks. Number 2, I built this iron farm because the mob farm produces a shit ton of drops, and it was kind of annoying sorting them all myself. So I built the iron farm so I could craft hoppers to sort all the drops from the mob farm. But yeah, every farm I have collects here, and it's pretty nice, pretty cool. And then it's not really a farm, but I think it's notable. Cyan pillars. I love these things. These are probably my favorite thing about the build. I actually built these because my friend was giving me a hard time. I was like, dude, look at my oil rig. I was showing it off to my friends. He was like, that's not an oil rig, dude. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that should be in the ocean. That really pissed me off. I was like, you know what? I gotta make this look cool. And I made these little legs. Still didn't like it. He was still an asshole about it. But hey, that's his opinion. What can you do? The thing is about these is that they needed cyan dye, and that's what this cactus farm is actually for. This creates green dye. It's sent to a furnace array, and then it's thrown down in the storage system so I can make my my cyan dye. You may be wondering, but you need blue dye for that, and you are completely correct. For that, I used these clerics. So I used these clerics, and I would just trade lapis with them, and it was a great source of XP and also a great source of dye. Yeah, I use these villagers for a lot of stuff, but mostly XP. Back to fireworks. When I built that mob farm, I was using a small thing. You can see it right now, and it worked okay. It's just sometimes you would have to wait a little longer. And so I built this thing. I was watching a YouTube video, and it was like, all of your sugarcane farms are terrible. And so I watched it, I heard him out, and I was like, yeah, these are terrible. So I built this design, and I'm really happy with it. It does everything I needed to. I was initially gonna build 3 of them. I literally can't handle how much it puts out. I'm gonna leave the link to that farm in the description because it is insanely powerful. You should all use it. And then right on top of it, you may be noticing this little clock thingy. This is a stone farm, well, stone or cobblestone farm. I actually built this because of Doc MC. Dude, I watch a lot of Minecraft videos, okay, don't judge. And he was like, you need a cobblestone farm in your build. Think about it. Think how many comparators and how many observers. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, this would be way easier. So I did it. I built a cobblestone and stone farm. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. And this brings me to the last farm that honestly, I mean, I like, and I mean, I only started hating it today because it's one of the few farms that I built that does not have purpose. This is the melon farm. I hate this thing now. I mean, like, it's cool and I like the idea of it, but just look at this, man. I don't exactly have a big item system, but this thing fills up so fast. Look at all these melons it makes. It's hell, dude. It sucks. Like every 30 minutes I have to just stop here and make melons, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all, but it's here. And that's pretty much it. That's all the farms I have on the build. So yeah, now we can move on. We can move on to cooler things. I actually have an idea right now. I want to build like a harbor of sorts, like a dock where I can have like an actual base, and that's gonna involve clearing out all this area. That's gonna be so fun. But I'm doing this because right now we're really high up in the sky and I don't have any more room to build farms up there. Oh shit, I don't have as much room up here to build more farms, so I'm gonna move down. That way I can utilize the legs of the rig, and I can use that for some cool stuff. So it's gonna be cool. I'm excited. All right, let's get started. I did what I always do. I got a basic outline and started to imagine what I really wanted to see in game. And after I could see what I was trying to build, it was pretty straightforward from there. The only thing I wanted to do before mining was put down a sorting system as well as a beacon. In hindsight though, this would be a pretty bad idea. I mean, the beacon was okay, but the sorting system made me feel like I was supposed to save every last block, and in the replay this ended up looking like so many big pauses. Honestly, it probably would have been better to just waste all the blocks and let them despawn. At the very most, we could have kept the dirt. But yeah, like I said, after I had everything down, it was a pretty straightforward process. Now it was finally time to start building. Like I did with the oil rig, I started thinking about the dock while I was at school, and I came up with some really cool ideas. I wanted to do like a wet dock, like a harbor, where ships can come in and load their cargo. And I had this really cool idea where I have like a shipping container stack, and that's where I hide my item sorting system. And I could bring the items up through a crane that is unloading a crate onto the pile so that I can store the items in there. I decided to start with the easy stuff, and I made a simple template for the shipping containers. I'm actually really glad I did this. This made it really easy to figure out what went where, and it also really helped me figure out what it would look like at full scale. Since all of the hard work of the build was already done with the template, building the full scale model was super easy. Now it was time for the crane. Since I didn't really have an in-game model for the crane, I just kind of sent it. I was getting really nervous when the big parts started happening, and I was worried that because I didn't have a miniature, it was going to look all out of scale and bad with the build. But as I went on, it's actually really cool, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm going to show you the full time lapse for it. If you don't want to see this whole thing, you just want to see the finished build, skip to this time. I think that's gonna do it. If you couldn't tell, I was taking a bit of a different approach to these videos because I don't know, I wanted to try new things, see what was cool. I've also been putting a lot more effort into these things. I've thought about doing like a slower style video, kind of like Hermitcraft, showing all little like jokes and stuff. Like this guy, like this is Henry. He just showed up in my villager breeder one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this guy. I'm gonna use him for something important. And now he isn't something important. He operates the crane for Torx Corp. And, you know, I think that's really cool, but I didn't really see where to put that into this video. And I don't know. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you like this sort of video, let me know. But if you want to see something like slower, something a little more funnier that shows like a little intricate things that I enjoy, things that are kind of rare in quotation marks, then let me know. Besides that, thanks for watching.